All right, you guys ready to rock? You guys ready to rock? You guys ready to see Los Angeles Democratic politicians straight up engaging in insurrection and riots? Okay, you ready to see the city, like the city controller's own family assaulting police officers? Are you ready to see somebody, a superintendent, who just instructed law enforcement to interfere and get what's it called? Like jump inside of any kind of federal stuff that's happening to engage with them? Okay. If you think that this is not this is how civil war happens. Okay. I'm not even going to give you any preambles. There's too much to get to. We're just going to start looking at this stuff right now. If you've not subscribed to my channel yet, why don't you go ahead and do that? Because if you clicked on this, I promise we're aligned. And if you've never seen my stuff before, I'm pretty entertaining. I've been told. What? Do you speak English? What? Did you say pretty or entertaining? I said pretty entertaining. Well, be more entertaining if you knew how to speak English. Okay. Mysterious riot gear handed out to LA protesters, and that's raising questions. That is very interesting. We should definitely look at that. Hey, you want to know what else we should look at? Fake images and conspiracy theories swirl around LA protests. That's the New York Times covering this, dude. Disinformation spreading on social media platforms has stoked an already tense situation. Oh, is that right? I'm sure that's the way to cover this, dude, as opposed to maybe looking at the unbelievable right. Look at this. Okay. So they show this, right? Oh my God. This is not even a real picture. You know, this picture right here saying that there are bricks being dropped off in LA. This is actually from building materials in Malaysia. Oh my God, crazy. What about the actual pictures of big, like, pallets of those cinder blocks being dropped off? What about those? Are you going to cover those? Or are you just going to pretend that this is the only thing that's been on social media? This one thing that has a fake. What about the real ones? Okay. What about the real ones? You want to talk about this though? Okay. Mysterious riot gear handed out to LA protesters. I don't know. And that's in Newsweek, by the way. Newsweek, did you say? Newsweek. Newsweek is what you said. I don't know what Newsweek is, but it's Newsweek, okay? So let's just take a look. I don't even know what. Here's police seen using batons and rubber bullets against LA protesters. Yeah, as they should. Okay, they should be using more than that. All right, so check this out. TV cameras have captured boxes of bionic shields being distributed to protesters in Los Angeles on Monday. Huh. Now, who do you guys think could be supplying riot shields? So full face masks and boxes of being handed out, and they were gas masks too. They're being handed out from the back of a pickup truck by two women while a masked driver waited for them to unload the goods. Huh. I wonder who could be supplying those things, George Soros. What'd you say? I said, I wonder who could be supplying those things, George Soros. Are you saying George Soros? I would never say that. I don't make direct implications of specific people doing things. I'm just saying somebody's buying this stuff, right? You know, somebody's buying this stuff and like trying to make people riot, George Soros. Anyway, let's continue. The footage has sparked concerns among some that external agitators are facilitating riots by equipping crowds for potential clashes with police or National Guard. However, others say the masks are safety gear, worn as a precaution after protesters were injured by rubber bullets that the authorities fired. Hey, take it from me as someone who watched a lot of this footage, okay? They should have been firing a lot more rubber bullets, and they should have been aiming for people's genitals, maybe, as a way that I could say this. Okay, the times I saw them shooting at people is when they were having bricks and Molotov cocktails and bottles thrown at them. Or I saw in one case, some guy kicked a cop, and so the cop shot him in the gut. He still shot him in the gut with the rubber bullet. Okay. What are the cops supposed to do? Just allow themselves to be attacked? Which seems to be what look at this, dude. Look at this picture. Like, you guys are cool with this? This looks like this is a good situation, dude. We definitely should not be concerned about who's arming them. Los Angeles saw days of protests tipped over into violence, riots on occasion. Okay. marching against a series of immigration and customs enforcement that target undocumented migrants as part of President Trump's vow to mass deportation. Dude. Jeez. I wonder why. You know what? I'm not even talking about the immigration topic, okay? You can't riot here, okay? This is America. You can't riot here, okay? You can't attack police. I'm not getting into any of this. I'm not having a conversation about ICE raids, okay? They are at least enforcing the law. You might not like the fucking law, but that's what they're doing, okay? What you're doing is creating societal breakdown, looting, rioting, breaking into stores. Everybody go get an iPhone. Everybody go get a fucking iPhone because we're so concerned about immigration. These are criminals that we should be arresting. Okay, so Trump has often criticized mask-wearing demonstrators, saying that the protests are being fueled by instigators and often paid troublemakers. That's exactly right. However, the Los Angeles mayor, Karen Bass, has said it is the federal government that has provoked unrest by sending the National Guard to just a Trump power grab across the state. Dude, people were attacking federal agents and federal buildings. That is where he sent the troops. There. Okay? Okay, look, bionic shields are full-face transparent visors that are marketed online as work tool. They can protect against flying debris, chemical splashes, and are recommended, for example, for those working as machinists, yada, yada, yada. Fox 11 news crew caught an apparent mask distribution on camera while filming outside of the federal building. Oh, weird. Weird. Wait, so you're saying that the National Guard was deployed to protect federal buildings, and they were distributing on the rioter side gear to clash with the National Guard, but it's the National Guard and Trump that are instigating this? I just want to make sure that I understand your position. That's what you're saying, right? So Newsweek right here is saying that they caught on camera trucks of people distributing gear that was meant to help rioters clash with federal authorities at the federal building where the National Guard had been sent to protect. And you are saying that that is Trump and the National Guard that's causing the violence. So who's behind? I mean, seems like a pretty indefensible position to me, dude. Okay. Now let's move over to some other stuff. Hey, check this out, guys. Twin daughters of senior Los Angeles official arrested at ICE riots for allegedly assaulting a police officer. Well, maybe he should get fired like 1 second ago. Let's get into the actual story, though. So a senior Los Angeles official has revealed that his daughters were arrested during the ongoing riots in the city for allegedly assaulting a police officer with a deadly weapon. Oh, assaulting them with a deadly weapon. Hey, I wonder what the repercussions are going to be in California, you know, because they assaulted a police officer. Unfortunately, that's not a federal crime as I understand it. It's too bad they didn't assault someone in the National Guard, because then it would have fallen to the Department of Justice to see what happens. And you could have said hello to your new cell for the next 30 fucking years. Okay? We're looking for people to make examples of. Okay? Oh, and weird, they're trained fighters. Well, you know, as far as I understand, that makes it much worse, I've always been told. So Rick Cole, the Chief Deputy Comptroller of LA, told a rally that his 26-year-old twin daughters, Lucia and Antonia, were taken into custody Sunday night. I've seen pictures of my two daughters on a curb downtown Los Angeles in handcuffs, so I'm going to be figuring out where they are so I can go bail them out. Cole, a former mayor of Pasadena, told demonstrators outside a hotel city on Sunday where there had been reportedly ICE raids earlier that day. Lucia Aguilar and Antonia were taken into custody around 7 p.m. Sunday after being arrested during violence and saw rocks and other objects hurled from a bridge onto police vehicles on the 101 freeway below, according to LA Sheriff Department's records seen by the Daily Mail. Okay? So they threw these... okay, oh my God, dude. Well, no details on why the sisters were arrested. Well, seems most likely that they got caught hurling rocks and bricks off of the overpass onto police cars. Dude, I was just at Schaub's studio today. Okay, Shab just moved to Texas. I was with him at his studio, and he was telling, I'm like, hey, it's lucky you moved from LA now. He's all, nah. He's like, I was nowhere near that stuff. He's like, but my boy who lives in the same area as me, who worked downtown, he was driving down the highway, and he saw people throwing cinder blocks off of the overpass that were hitting cars, and he just got off the freeway and turned around. He's all, net. It's utter chaos, okay? Like, do you really think that this is the way to like push back against the government? Throw cinder blocks off of, like, just kill people? Just kill random people, dude. Hey, oh, they're in a cop car, so let's throw a cinder block on them and kill them. Okay, this is the kind of thing you guys agree with this, dude, right? Like, are you that fucking stupid that you can't understand that people who are in uniforms are just people, man? They're just people. You know nothing about them, okay? You hypocritical fucking morons, okay? Oh, the ICE is gonna go grab up these immigrants. Don't you care about their lives? They're just people. They're just people trying to live their lives. And you're like, yeah, I do. I feel for those people, man. I really do. And I think some of the things that the federal government is doing right now is pretty monstrous, dude. Canceling the fucking court appointments and then snatching them up and then deporting them. I don't know, man. That's pretty rough. But you want to know a really fast way to get me so firmly on the side of whatever side you are not on is start throwing cinder blocks off the overpass at police officers or other people. Okay? At least these people are enforcing the law. You're upset about what's happening, so you're going to go fucking kill people. You're like, let's just throw it randomly off. Cinder blocks. Throwing them off the freeway. Lock those two girls in a fucking box for 30 years. Anyone doing that, anyone who's taking a cinder block off and thrown it off of an overpass, lock them away, dude. Or deport them to Honduras, okay? Or El Salvador. It's like, well, they're American. Yeah, I know. Or they were American right up until they threw a cinder block onto a cop car off of an overpass, okay? Maybe they, maybe their citizenship was revoked. Go throw them in El Salvador, dude. Have them go into El Salvador and go attack a police officer and wave around a United States flag. See how that goes for them. Okay, so let's look at some other stuff, guys. Let's take a look at this. So, here we go. What else we got? So, here we go. Listen to this. Okay, this is the LA Schools Superintendent who says this. Okay, ready?
Who in their right mind would accept that reality? So I want to be reassuring to our community. Every single graduation site is a protected site. I have directed our own police force to redouble their efforts and establish perimeters of safety around graduation sites to intervene and interfere with any federal agency who may want to take action during these joyous times that we call graduation.
Okay, I'm not against that. I'm not down with like police interference, with federal agencies, but we can definitely not be going and ice snatching people at graduations, dude. Okay. Like listen, if you want to be the good guys, you need to be reasonable. Okay. That's unreasonable. Like, oh yeah, go to the kid's graduation and start snatching up family members. Like that's unreasonable. That's wrong. Okay. I don't even know if that's true though. Okay. It's just some person talking. I have no idea if that's true. You want to know what I do know is true? Is that they're attacking police officers in downtown LA. Okay, so this one, let's see what this is. Protesters try blocking the ICE vehicles. Let's see what this looks like.
You don't fucking kill them. People's identity. People's identity. Hey, man, look.
So if I had no concerns about the things that I said on YouTube, read my mind. Okay? Read my mind. You get in front of a moving car, like, hey, I'm a person and I'm just going to stand in front of you and dare you to run me over. It's like, all right, okay. I'm going to give you to the count of 3, and then I'm going to hit the gas. And if you are still in front of my car, this is a decision that you've made,
What the fuck are you doing?
Hey, and then they yell at the driver. Hey, why are you driving? It's like, Why would they not be? Because there's people in front. Oh, because they threw themselves in front. I can't, literally, I can't, dude. Okay, so ICE raided this place, whatever this is. Okay, so, well, whatever they make there, that's very unfortunate for them because these people seem to have been working. It's like, dude, if you want to have like an actual conversation about this, like you want to have a conversation with a smart person, then here's the conversation to have. Be like, dude, do you guys think that these people are working for the cartel? Like, you went to a manufacturing center and you started grabbing people up who are working there. Like, they're working there. Like, are these really the people that you were concerned about getting out of there? It's like, I mean, me personally, not really. I'm worried more about criminals, you know? Like, I'm much more worried about criminals. At the same time, you know, fuck, it's not my problem to solve. Honestly, I'm not even talking about immigration, dude. I'm not talking about immigration. I am talking solely about rioters, dude. So here we go. Rioters are now forced HUD to close 3 of its offices. They're harming everyday Americans, sickening. Newsom doesn't care. Dude, wait till you see what Newsom put on X. I literally almost lost my mind. Department of Veterans Affairs has been shut down. The terrorists are blocking our veterans from getting the care they need. Absolutely sick. So they had to shut it down. They had to shut down the veterans. Look at this. They spray painted fuck ICE all over the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs, and they had to shut it down. Okay, apparently this is an actual member of Congress. Let's hear what she says. Oh, no, can't listen to that because it will get demonetized. So hang on. Where is this thing, dude? Hold on. Where is this, dude? Oh, I'm sorry. I know where it is. Nope. Oh, I know where it is. Here we go. Okay, watch this. Hold on. It is about like the oh my God. He posted a thing about the National Guard. He showed them sleeping on the ground and he's like, Donald Trump. Here we go. Okay, check this out. You sent your troops here without fuel, food, water, or a place to sleep. Here they are being forced to sleep on the floor, piled on top of one another. If anyone is treating our troops disrespectfully, it's you, Donald Trump. You're all. What are you talking about? This is the National Guard. And they're in America. You think they're not getting water and food? You really believe that? They're in Los Angeles, dude. You really, they're not getting food and water in Los Angeles. Okay, that's hey, everybody who bought into that, dude, you should take your face and smash it into the table in front of you and maybe wake yourself up, okay? Obviously, they have food and water. They're in LA, okay? They're not in like the Sahara Desert. And they're sleeping on top of each other because there's 2,000 of them and it's an emergency situation that they got deployed to. God, dude. I'm tapping out right now, dude. That's enough for me right now. I've already had to edit myself saying all kinds of crazy things. That's why I didn't go live. I was going to go live. I'm like, nope, I'm going to get kicked. I'm going to say things I can't take back. So I love you guys. Bye-bye.